What up? What up? Fantasy Football Hustler back at you. And we are bringing you fantasy news today. Oh, yeah. Thanks for everyone who's already on the live stream. Make sure you hop over to YouTube, Fantasy Football Hustler, and go get subscribed. Same thing on my man Bogart's network, the GMM network, and then my man TD, Fantasy Good Sports on YouTube. Hop over, do us the solid, subscribe to all of our channels. What's going on, guys?
What's going on, bro?
You know what I mean? Just trying to stay afloat, slow motion in the big old ocean.
Oh, yeah. So we were talking before on the show about how the reason we do this is to make sure that we're actually like bringing you breaking news, like literally like the moment that it happens, so you can be the fastest to the waiver wire. So this just came through the pipeline right now. Chris Carson, officially questionable for Thursday. We all knew that. He has a sore neck, but he's a game time decision. So if you don't have Alex Collins on your roster, you better go pick him up now. You want to block the Chris Carson manager, go pick him up right now. Bogard, what do you –
and move him on to the dude.
There you go.
Move him on to the Chris Carson guy. Hey, if that Chris Carson guy is 0-4 or 1-3, he's like, he's looking at Alex Collins like he needs him. And at the same time, Alex Collins ain't, and don't get greedy. Like here's Alex Collins. Let me get, Cooper Kupp. Nah, go after something, some kind of depth that you might need. Like, you know what I mean? Like maybe that guy's holding on to your, one of your handcuffs or something, and be like, listen, let me go ahead and get that up off you. Here's Alex Collins, because for all we know, we're gonna see a bunch of DJ Dallas. I'm just saying, like, this was my thought process last week. I went and picked, y'all know it, y'all in a couple leagues with me. I had Alex Collins everywhere for like 3 days. And then I started just cutting them everywhere because I was like, what am I doing with Alex Collins? Right? Chris Carson's going to play. He continues to get more hurt. And I'm like, damn, now everyone else has Alex Collins. You know what I mean?
TD, what do you think about the Seahawks backfield?
I like Alex Collins. Listen, when you got players like Chris Carson, other guys that get injuries all the time, you have to always have that backup. And Chris Carson, even the Seattle Seahawks general manager and the whole team knows that Chris Carson is not going to stay healthy. So they got Alex Collins for that. So I think you can use Alex Collins while Chris Carson is going through this. And even if Chris Carson plays, I still would play Alex Collins because, I'm a zero RB guy anyway. So most of my running backs are guys all like that. So I would still play Alex Collins if Chris Carson goes into the game with a questionable tag.
I don't think Chris Carson's finna play this game. I don't think he's in.
If it wasn't a short week, that makes it a little different, but they're playing on Thursday. We 17 games. We got 17 games. These teams, they're gonna side with the caution. They're not always gonna put the pedal to the metal, especially on these Thursday games. They're gonna throw him in and get him more hurt, get him to break his neck all the way.
Yeah. They got Rashad Penny on the IR, right? So it's literally Alex Collins, DJ Dallas, and then Travis Homer. And I think Travis Homer is like one of those guys, they just never been excited about him. That's why they go and they keep Alex Collins around. You know what I mean? Because Alex Collins is like, first of all, he's awesome. River dancer. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, one of the best TD celebrations. We love seeing that.
Like, screw all these TikTok dances. He's doing the river dance, bro. You know what I mean? And like that actually helped him tremendously because he could literally dance on the sideline, tippy toe his way on the sideline. You know what I mean? He's had his moments, so this isn't just some bum. You know what I mean? But it has been a few years where he was, like a spring chicken. You know what I mean?
That's for sure. That is for sure. So we'll see what happens with the Seattle backfield. We'll find out more tomorrow. We're just getting you ready because if you stay ready, you don't got to get ready. So go get Alex Collins. Go do that. Let's get into some Panthers news. We got a couple things to talk about here. So number one, Christian McCaffrey. Super stoked. He's back at practice, full pads. Coach says he looks good. He's an official game time decision for Sunday. So it's really we'll see what happens. And then Shaq Thompson, he didn't practice. That's kind of a blow to their defense. big news, though. The big news. The Panthers acquire Stefan Gilmore from the Patriots for a 2023 sixth-round pick after their rookie, Joe Horn, went down. They've made two moves now. They've gotten TJ Henderson from the Jaguars, CJ Henderson, but I call him TJ Henderson, from the smart guy. And then now they go out and get a vet, Stefan Gilmore, a guy who has won before. Bogey, get in there.
I mean, former defensive player of the year. I mean, multiple repeat offender when it comes to the Pro Bowl appearances. All pro. He's awesome, man. Like, how hurt is he really? Probably hurt enough where his timetable is past the trade deadline. So this is where Belichick gets smart. He's like, all right, I'm finna cut him, but technically he's not fully released until 4:00 Eastern today. So that's going to make any of these teams that really want him come and get him now before he can freely walk to any team that wants him. Like, and if you're the Panthers, like you just said, lost their rookie corner, was a star in the making. They go and trade for Henderson, but he's not going to do it. They need more than that. So they trade for Gilmore before Gilmore can get free and walk on over to their division rival, the motherfucking Tampa Bay Buccaneers, because why wouldn't he do that, right?
Because they're hurting right now everywhere in the DBs, but their top two corners, they might be without them, and they might be without Antoine Winfield this week.
Well, they're trying to win a championship. Why else would you acquire Stefan Gilmore if you're not trying to win a championship? They think they have the team, and I don't blame them. I think they do have a shot. They might not win the Super Bowl, but I don't mind them going for it. Like, go get Stefan Gilmore. Because with Stefan Gilmore, as he gets better off this injury and Horn comes back, that's two solid-ass corners. So it's going to be tough to beat this team with the great young defense that they do already have.
Hey, we're real good today, fellas. She's already asleep.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
So Panthers, though, they're making moves.
I like it because I really like this GM. They made a lot of tough decisions in the last year, or last 2 years. Like, you know what? We gotta move on from Ron Rivera. It's not working no more. Get rid of Cam, everyone. We're just releasing them all. They're all gone, right? Then they go and take a chance on Matt Rule, who was always one of those hot names in the conversation to get a coaching hire. They go out of their way, get him, and then bring in one of the youngest, innovative play callers and offensive minds in the game, Joe Brady. You know what I mean? And then Matt Rule, supposedly, when he was the runner-up for that Jets job, instead they hire Adam Gase. So here's Matt Rule already, like, I would have worked with Sam Darnold. So what does he get? Well, his first chance he gets, he's like, we're trading for Donald Schwarzenegger. We're trading for the Terminator himself. And they get him for the low, a quote-unquote franchise QB, and they got him for the low. And it's almost like they did it in reverse. Normally, these bad teams will have they'll draft a franchise QB and then systematically put pieces around him. This was a team that had all the pieces. They just needed somebody to drive the ship, and Sam Darnold's been coming through for what it's worth. And they're about to beat up on the Eagles too.
I know that we were on Sam Darnold, because for fantasy, I mean, he was probably my favorite guy to get as like my third QB in a super flex. I got him in so many places. So we were on him, but there's just a lot of hate towards Sam Darnold. I mean, I know that there was a huge camp that really thought that he was going to come over here and they were going to stink. The defense does have a lot to do with it. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
TD, get in there about the Panthers. What are your thoughts about all them?
The Panthers GM is great. Matt Rule is a great coach. Listen, the NFL, they think they got the best coaches, but they don't. I think college is really the best coaching right now, and you see that with how they're developing talent. So Adam Gase was terrible, and look what he's doing with Sam Darnold. So I believe coaching is most of the time is the biggest issue on teams. It's not the players. These players are talented. You just need a good coach to put them in a situation to be successful.
That is for sure. What Vanessa said, any news on Dalvin Cook? He just popped up as questionable again. Yeah, we Let me get down to that. We'll just cover that now. So he's questionable because he was limited in practice. So on Wednesday, a lot of guys could get the questionable tag. Wednesday's not important at all, but Dalvin Cook practiced. I think he's going to be good to go this week. He was just limited. And then also for the Vikings, Anthony Barr is back at practice as well. He practiced a couple times last week, but he didn't play. I think this might be the week that he finally makes his return. TD, what do you think? Dalvin Cook going to be good to go this week?
0 RB. Don't touch Dalvin. If you got Dalvin, trade him. Well, I mean, you can wait for him to come back and try to get a boom game so you can sell him, but you should have sold him week 1. To now, I think it's too late. You're never going to get any kind of value from him. So I'm not a big fan of Dalvin. I think Dalvin is a great talent. I think he's earned his money. He's made his money. Go ahead.
Well, here's what we're talking about, because we're just talking about for people that roster him right now. This week, they're going up against the Lions. So that's all I'm saying. You think, like, with the injury, you think he's going to play after playing last week, or you think people who roster him should be nervous?
You should be more than nervous. I would have never rostered him. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be disingenuous to your question, but I just don't get Dalvin. I get what you're asking. It's just too late. He's going to be like this the whole season. If I was a Dalvin Cook owner, I would try to get Madison. That's the best thing for you.
Man, if I'm not the Dalvin Cook owner, I'm trying to trade for Dalvin Cook all the time. But I'm saying, though, it's one of those situations you can't get cute if you have Dalvin Cook. If they say he's going to play, you're going to play him. And if he puts up a dud, it's Dalvin Cook, man. Like, he comes through so much for us that, we're never going to have him blowing up on our bench now. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things. I'm surprised they rolled him out there like that. Like, the splits were pretty even, right? I think we looked it up yesterday. It was like 11 carries to 10 carries. You know what I mean? So that's pretty split, man. That just means that he's not as healthy. That just shows me that what's his name? Zimmer is desperate to win, man. He's not thinking long term right now. He's trying to win every game right now, willing to mortgage his franchise players, man. Because
he knows Dalvin Cook is shy. That's what he knows. He knows listen, they already paid him. He's earned his money. They get ready to move on from him in the next couple of years, maybe after this year, because he's just not going to ever stay healthy the whole season. He's had so many injuries. So I don't think he's going to be any kind of solid depend on type running back for the rest of the season. I think he's going to be, I'm questionable. Okay, I can play this week. Oh, okay, I can't play. And I don't think you can win a championship with that type of player.
I think he's just the guy also. He's just going to rock that Q tag all year. You know what I mean?
Especially on a Wednesday. He's already a veteran. Like, he's going to be questionable every single Wednesday, no matter what, for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
All right. And Vanessa, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it as always. And said, what about Jamal Williams, Elijah Mitchell, Chris Carson? So we just talked about Chris Carson. He's questionable for tomorrow's game. The coach said he's a game time decision. So go pick up Alex Collins if you have to. And let's see. So Jamal Williams, I think he was just limited at practice. I didn't hear anything about him. And then let's jump in.
What's crazy about Jamal Williams, he get double-digit touches every week. And they're playing Minnesota. You could run on Minnesota. So I'm not mad at a flex option looking at Molly Mall.
Yeah, I'm not nervous about him for this week. Elijah Mitchell, all we heard yesterday is that he's getting back to practice and he's not going to be wearing a non-contact jersey anymore. So he's going to be good to go this week unless there's some kind of setback. And that'll be like, we'll hear about that on Friday if there is a setback. Yeah.
And if he doesn't play, Trey Sermon smash play. Coming off of 19 touches, he's only going to look a little better. And if the only problem is, though, if it's Trey Lance, which we're probably expecting it to be, is I don't expect any of the running backs to really get too many checkdowns because he's extremely raw. He's looking down the field or he's ready to take off versus because he misses the guy open in the flat. Like there's a couple times where I'm like, all right, unless he is brilliant and he can fix that in a week. But you know what I mean? Because if Elijah Mitchell does start, man, these guys are like WR3s. You know what I mean?
Yep. And what up, Lee said, any word on Higgins out of Cincinnati? So Higgins is going to practice today. They haven't made any decision about him playing on Sunday or not. So we really just got to monitor his practice all week. The Friday practice is going to be the most important for Higgins. He's going to be questionable all week until then, and he still might carry the Q all the way until Sunday.
What's that? I just realized I said WR3s. I meant to say RB3s if Mitchell plays. But what is Higgins' injury again right now?
Let me go check because I didn't.
Was it hand?
Hold on.
It sucks with receivers though, right? When it's like it can be any of them. It can be arm, hand, legs. It's still a
shoulder. There it is.
Okay, well at least it's not AC joint. Because if it was AC joint, they probably would have put him on IR. Yeah.
Yep.
I want him to come back this week because this is a nice matchup, bro.
Versus the Packers.
Yeah, no Jair Alexander. I ain't afraid of none of them other corners over there. Savage is as a safety, but
is Jair Alexander already listed as out?
I think he's out, bro. You might want to fact check me right there. But I actually heard it from Aaron Rodgers today because it's Aaron. It was Aaron Rodgers Tuesday.
Yep.
Yesterday, I was watching it this morning, and he was talking about how he was naming all the people they've been without. And then the people that he's like, now we have no Jair.
He's out. They said he's going to miss a few weeks. It said could miss significant time. So
yeah,
I would assume short-term IR at minimum. But when they say significant, we're already going into week 5. Significant could be almost the whole season. Yeah,
they got a week 7 bye week 2. So, normally that's a tell if they don't put a guy on IR. They're like, okay, well, maybe we could designate him after the bye week, which would be week 8, maybe. I don't know. I also don't think they want to put too much info out because I think that it was something about he needs to get more tests done too.
Yeah. All right, let's jump around here. Let's get to the Bears. We got a few things to talk about for the Bears. So for everyone who didn't watch yesterday, David Montgomery, he's out like 4 to 5 weeks. He has that knee sprain. So Damian Williams, he's going to be the guy. Go pick him up. Talked about how this week and next week he has pretty nice matchups. Then you might want to sell him after that. But the QB news. So Andy Dalton expected to be a full go at practice. And then Nagy came out and made sure to mention that Fields is officially the starting quarterback for this week.
So that this is actually kind of brilliant for Maggie's dumbass because he goes, yeah, Dalton's a full go, but hey, our starter is Justin Fields. But that shows Justin Fields like, hey man, you out there slipping, I'm gonna yank you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So
yeah.
A great motivational tool for this dumbass Nagy. More so Nagy's just doing dumb shit, and I'm kind of like finding the positive side of it because Nagy's a dumbass, man.
I say this, and I'm gonna go back to the running back real quick. So I know that Damian Williams is probably the number 1 pickup off the waiver wire for RB, but I'm not touching it. David Montgomery, which is one of the best, strongest runners in the game, he breaks more tackles than any other running back, and he's struggling behind this offensive line. And you think Damian Williams is going to come in there and is going to boom? And Justin Fields is not even really checking the ball down. Now, I think he will check the ball down because he got to. Damian Williams is a pass down back. So, guys, if you picking up Damian Williams with your first waiver wire priority, or you feeling a lot of fab, you could be making a mistake. I would spend just a little bit of money to try to get him, but I'm not spending a lot of fab to get him because this guy is not a bell cow. He's like a satellite back. And that's how they used him in Kansas City. He's just not going to be a bell cow. He's not David Montgomery. So he's not my number 1 waiver wire priority.
Here's why Damian Williams was so dope with Kansas City is because when he came on, it was after that Kareem Hunt shit. So here's this guy at the end of the season. He's fresh. He runs a 4.4. He's 230 pounds. He's like 6'2". He's not a small guy. And here he is fresh. He's tearing everyone up. They're giving him 20 touches a game. They ride him all the way through the playoffs. Then the next year, it's kind of a similar situation because he's hurt most of the year. And they're running a full-on committee. This is 2020 now. You know what I mean? They got Shady McCoy there, and they got all these. It was a mess. But then by the time he gets to the playoffs, he's the only healthy one. They're giving him 20 touches again. You know what I mean? I think that in this stretch of 5 weeks, they're going to give him the David Montgomery workload. You know, but you made a lot of those good points, man, because David Montgomery, he's like incredible yards after contact because he's getting hit behind that bad line. That line is really bad. You know what I mean? Like that line might be bad, might be more worse than the Steelers line, bro.
I agree.
And that's a credit to how dope Montgomery is. And people always slept on him. And now all the people that were hating on him, they're like, oh, see, he gets hurt. It's like, yo, get out of here. You know what I mean? And like, man, the matchups are going to be rough. But at the end of the day, too, how many guys do we know that we can throw in the lineup and get 20 touches? You know what I mean? So, I mean, because I don't.
He's not going to get 20 touches. I don't think so. I think Khalil Herbert is a decent pickup for $1. They take Ryan Nall off the practice squad. I don't think they're gonna give it Damian Williams and let him get all the touches. Now the green zone touches in the goal line, you might be right, Bogard.
I don't know, man. I think if it's Bill Lazor continuing to call the plays, and I mean they're probably gonna be in some negative game scripts, so I might be right about that here now that I think about it, because the Raiders, their pass rush is ferocious, bro. So maybe, there it is. Maybe Damian Williams is going to need to be that pass catcher. He's going to be a hot read. You know what I mean? Because you got Yannick Ngakoue and Max Crosby coming at you. And we already seen what Myles Garrett by himself did, basically. You know what I mean? Like Justin Fields is going to be running around. He's going to be scrambling extended plays. Got to look for the hot read. Got to look for the open guy in the flat. That could be a lot of Damian Williams here.
That's what I think. If you play in PPR, I mean, that's where his value is going to lie. It's going to lie in the receptions. It's got to, or he's not really going to get much done.
Run.
I agree, Hustler.
Here's the thing, though. You can run on these Raiders. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Let's not pretend that we can't run on them. So if they can get them, even if they just hitting them behind the line of scrimmage, hitting them with little short passes, little tap passes, whatever, let them get loose.
Oh, yeah. Raiders are a nice team to stream against. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
They're giving up
booty.
They're giving up the 7th most points to running backs right now. So they're a good team to stream against.
Hey, Hustler, if you don't mind, how many carries did David Montgomery get the first week of the season, and maybe the second week?
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
He's a 20-touch motherfucker, and
They didn't give him 20 touches the first week. That's why I thought it was crazy. I'm like, what the hell are y'all doing? This is David Montgomery. Go ahead and bell count him.
But you got to remember, though, too, they played the Rams on a Sunday night. They were getting boat raced from the gate.
And he did good that week, though. It was he went 16 for 108 and a touchdown.
Okay. But it was one of the weeks where he only got like 12 carries. I'm like, what the hell are y'all doing? So I don't trust Matt Nagy to give every running back 18 carries every week.
Here you go. Week 2, 20 carries for 61 yards.
Bam.
Okay.
That was
then week 3.
Hey.
Let me see. Who'd they go with week 3? They're playing the Browns week 3. And it was week 3, 10 carries for 34 yards. That was when they got their asses handed to them that week.
That was the Browns.
Okay.
Yeah, that was really it. And then let's see. And then what did
I remember that game too, because he was out there trying to pass protect after like the 4th sack. They're like, you need to help him.
Yeah, and then this past week, 23 carries before getting hurt. So
listen.
Bogey's in the Matrix.
Yeah, my bad.
There we go.
Yeah, if he gets 18 total touches in his mug, you know what I mean? Give the man 18 total touches. Maybe because of because you at least know when the game is tied up and the game starts, even if when they're down 1 possession, they're gonna go to what they do and they're gonna run the ball. That's what Bill Lazor want to do. You know what I mean? That's why it's affecting guys like Allen Robinson. You know what I mean? Because Allen Robinson basically is just taking away number 1 coverage for the rookie. You know what I mean? And Darnell Mooney, he could get some targets here too. Oh shit, am I gone? Oh, there.
Yeah, we can't see you. We can hear you though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't even get me started about Darnell Mooney, because I don't even think people realize that he's got a 26% target share and he's leading the team in targets right now.
I love Darnell Mooney since Justin Fields is a starter, Hustle. So I agree with you 100%. That's the guy that I love. I'm actually trying to trade for because actually Matt Nagy said that Justin Fields is a starter for the rest of the season. Yeah. So I love Darnell Mooney going forward, even over Allen Robinson.
Yep. All right, let's get over to Washington. So let's see. Antonio Gibson, he did not practice, or no, he was did not practice. Wednesday practice. So I think this is going to be the story for him for a little while moving forward. He's got the shin. De'Ami Brown didn't practice with the knee injury, and then Curtis Samuel didn't practice with the groin injury. And then the big news out of Washington. So Logan Thomas, he suffered a hamstring injury on Sunday. They officially placed him on the IR. And then they signed Jace Sternberger from the Seahawks practice squad.
Oh, he was the kid out of Green Bay. He got Packers first.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a whack burger. That's what I'd rather go with my man Ricky Seals Jones. What's that song that Seal did? the Kiss by a Rose, bro.
Oh man, savage.
But you know what though? It's like I'm trying to think because they're playing against New Orleans, bro. This is gonna be it. This is gonna be like you could throw. Everyone is throwing on New Orleans, and I think like this is just a really good game for McLaurin now because who else is there? Adam Humphries, you know what I mean? De'Ami Brown, you said is hurt. Curtis Samuel, I think they rushed him back. I think they should have maybe. He was fresh off the IR. No, I thought like okay, if he's ready to go, he's got to be ready to go, right? He didn't look that good last week when you watched him. Yeah.
No, he didn't. No, they need. He came back way too early. They should have never did that.
JD McKissick time.
Oh yeah.
Yep. What is Ron Rivera doing, man? I just think he's over the hill. He's not making smart calls. He's not using Antonio Gibson right. I'm not saying that because I have him in fantasy. I'm just like you have a young stud. And you are putting J.D. McKissick in for goal line carries. But I don't know.
I don't think he needs to be in there on game time or on red zone carries. But yeah, I mean, if he's going to break off those long ones like he did last week, I mean, that's going to be what it's going to be.
Yeah,
that was fire. That was a fire play. So yeah, Gibson and McKissick, I think they both finished inside the top 20 this week because you already know. Gibson's going to get a little bit of pass work, but McKissick, I mean, he might go for 6+ receptions in this game.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I think McKissick is good for like 30 on the ground, 6 receptions for 60 yards. That's like his floor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he tell me that he has a 15-point floor. I like that. But also, I'm just thinking about this game because I was thinking how whack as fuck the Saints are right now for fantasy.
Like, let's not even talk about this game right now. I got a better thing because I know there's a bunch of people watching right now. Let's say you had Logan Thomas, okay, and you lost him. You got to hit the waiver wire. Give me 2 tight ends that you've kind of seen on waiver wires that you think people should go out and get right now.
Okay, Maximilian Williams.
Okay,
right? Just because like. They're putting up 400 yards of total offense. Everybody's getting a little piece. Why not get a tight end? You know what I mean? It's funny. I was a couple weeks earlier on him, then I angry cut him. That's another story. I couldn't get him back this week. Now everybody has Maximilian Williams, but me. Then
one more. Just one more.
Yeah. Man, I'm trying to remember who obviously Dawson Knox, but then kid, I guess that's too obvious, right? Here's another one. I'd say Anthony Ferguson.
Okay.
Because he's running hella routes. You know what I mean? And it's like, who else is there, man? Like, they got to incorporate him. I feel it. Playing against the Jag. We just saw CJ Uzama tear him up.
Yep. David, what up? TD, give me 2 tight ends that you would snatch off of the waiver wire if you had to.
The first one would be Dan Arnold, and they traded for Dan Arnold, and they tight end Shaughnessy for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah,
O'Shaughnessy.
he's down. Yeah, O'Shaughnessy, he's down. So Dan Arnold, they traded for him. I think they're going to use him. Dan Arnold is talented. He's actually
him. They literally traded for him. 2 days later, they targeting him.
Yes, exactly. And the second guy, I would say Juwan Johnson. Now, listen, this is a long shot. This is just a touchdown guy, but he's 6'6", and the New Orleans Saints, they can't score. So I like him for if you need a touchdown or long shot guy, you can play Juwan Johnson.
Man, you know what?
Man Johnson.
Yeah, shout out to Juwan Man Johnson.
That's messed up.
Here's another one.
No. Hold on. Let me get my two in there before you take all the meat off the bone real quick. All right.
Pause.
All right. So I got two of them. So I got Dalton Schultz. He's been, three touchdowns over the last 2 games. Amari Cooper hurt. Didn't practice today. He's something that we're going to be talking about. He's rehabbing his right hamstring. So yeah, Dalton Schultz, and then Cameron Brate. So Rob Gronkowski, who knows how many weeks he's going to miss, but they said he has like 3 broken ribs and then 1 fractured rib, and he punctured his lung. Like, it was all types of shit. All the shit that happened to Drew Brees last year happened to a little bit of a minor scope to Rob Gronkowski. So I think he's going to at least be out a few weeks, and they love targeting Cameron Brate when Gronkowski's out. OJ Howard is a bum. Cameron Brate's going to get everything.
You know what's crazy? So I had to look at this. Cameron Brate played more snaps. Cameron Brate played less snaps than OJ Howard, but for every snap that Cameron Brate played, I think he played 18 snaps. He ran a route on him. You know what I mean? So yeah, and that he's the guy that I would target there. You know what I mean?
All right, go ahead. You got someone else who I didn't mention now?
And if you're just looking for a slam dunk, like literally just a dunk, you know what I mean? For the TD, my man, the giant, Mo Alley Cox. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I can't believe that he did that last week. Come on, that was crazy.
I've seen him do this all the time, bro. He's always he always gets the random
Not all the time. You just said it right there. It's random when that shit happens. It was maybe 3 weeks last year when Doyle was out, when he was balling, and then after that just fell off.
Well, because of Trey Burton. That's why Trey Burton started coming on.
Garbage.
All right, let's switch it up. So just teased it real quick. Amari Cooper rehabbing that right hamstring. Didn't practice at all. What do you see happening for the Cowboys moving forward? They are all banged up. And then Zeke dealing with some knee discomfort. He's coming back to practice and intends to play through the issue. But everybody is banged up right now on the Cowboys. TD, I know they're your squad, so I'll let you get in here first on them.
Dak, let's go. That's why we gave you $150 million. Let's go. He got to carry. We don't want to hear nothing about no injuries. You got $150 million. You got to be able to play with lesser talent sometimes. So you don't need a great offensive line and all these weapons every time you go out, because that's not a $150 million quarterback. So $150 million quarterback, they can win games with lesser talent. So that I need you to let's go. We got Cedric Wilson. He looks explosive. I like CeeDee Lamb. He's gonna be good. We got Schultz. He's good. You got Blake Jarwin. He's getting better off the injury, and we got Tony Pollard. He's better than Zeke right now. I said what I said. He's better than Zeke, so we're gonna be fine.
Bonus points for whoever remembers where this is from. $150 million. Who do you think you kidnapped? Chelsea Clinton?
Who you mean? Chelsea Clinton? Who you mean? Remember he did like a million takes. Frederick Wilson? That's what is that? Is that part 1 though? Was that Rush Hour 1?
Yep, Rush Hour 1. There we go.
Remember in part 2? In part 2 in the outtakes, he always calls him Lee. I mean, he always calls him Jackie. He'd be like, kick the door, Jackie. And he'd be like, Jackie again? Right? He kept calling him Jackie, and then the other black dude is like, his name is Lee, god damn it. And he's like, oh damn. Hey, Chris Tucker's high, that's why.
You already know. Damn Smokey. All right, let's see. Oh, what's Stu say? He's chiming in here on the Cowboys segment. Always trying to mess with my boys. We good, TD. How about them Cowboys? Tell them, TD.
Listen, man, Zeke, come on. Why are people saying Pollard looks better than Zeke? Pollard is a different type of runner. Zeke is like, you were talking about David Montgomery, one of the best like runners. Zeke is arguably the best pure runner. Like him, Nick Chubb, and Derrick Henry. It's like you could flip flop them in order for me, but those are the guys I feel no one runs like them. So if he and they ran all the way through a tough defense last week, you know what I mean? This week, you gotta attack them through the air, man. You gotta. I feel like this is a type of revenge game because this is the squad that he was playing against when he got hurt. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like he has unfinished business and he's gonna shred him up. And we don't need Cooper's. I know Cooper will probably get out there. He could play decoy, take away James Bradbury. I'm expecting a big CeeDee Lamb game. Lamb chops play along. This is a song that never ends.
It goes on and on, my friends.
All right, TD, why don't you tell us about Jalen Smith? I'm glad that the Cowboys actually dropped him. Now he's going to be able to go to like a dope defense and make. He's going to go somewhere.
Well, so first of all, let me get off my soul ties because I love my team. So I got soul ties with him, but I don't understand why we let him go. But I think he got into it with the coaches. He don't like the way he's being used. He don't like Keanu Neal coming in, taking him out the game. So they was like, well, look, we'll just release you then. And so
they said it was a beef.
I agree with you.
They said a beef happened because he didn't want to play special teams.
And I get it.
This is not a chicken or the egg situation. He's trying to put his foot down like he was here first. Jalen Smith, you're a player. You need to adapt to a system now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But see, they're making up all these. But at the end of the day, they didn't want his guaranteed money for next year, and he didn't want to change the clause in his contract, the injury clause, because if he plays and gets hurt, they owe him that money. Mm-hmm. So they just got rid of him.
Yep. It's all good. This defense is going to be really good this year. So we got Michael Parsons. We're good. We solid.
Yep. Stu said Jalen was running his mouth in the locker room. We saved $9.2 million next year. If he got hurt playing them, would have had to pay him. Yep. He signs elsewhere. We don't have to pay him this year. Well,
yeah, because I think
he's going to go somewhere else.
They owe him $7 million this year, and somebody's going to pick him up. Like, I hope he goes to there's hella people that need linebacker help. I'd say
Chiefs need
Chiefs. Yep, Kansas City. That's right where I went first too. Kansas City,
Jacksonville.
Yep.
I don't think Jacksonville's trying to make any moves that are going to improve their team.
He's not trying to go there neither.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to.
He's a free agent right now. He's gonna find somewhere that'll just pick up his $7 million and he play for the year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Shaq Thompson, that was something I was going to mention. I mentioned it a little earlier. He didn't practice. He's been hurt over the last couple weeks. Maybe TD said it. Panthers, maybe he gets over there. They're making moves.
I would love that too, bro. Because he just has to be a rotational guy.
Yep.
And he's going to get his 7 M's. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Gerald throwing in the super chat. What up? What up? And he asked, Damian Williams or Mike Williams in the flex? If they don't say PPR, we're just assuming PPR.
Mike Williams.
Yeah, I think you gotta ride that hot hand. They're going up against who they playing? The Browns. Browns got a tough defense. It doesn't matter though.
He is way more gigantic than a Denzel Ward and or Greedy Williams.
Yeah.
Just a monster over them.
Yep, and Justin Herbert is the GOAT.
He's more gigantic than a lot of people.
But because those guys are they're speedy corners. You feel me? So yeah, and man, Justin Herbert, this is a get back game for Mike Williams, man.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Justin Herbert was just taking what the defense gives him. He's good, bro.
He's the GOAT. I said what I said. I'm staking my claim now.
Adam Schefter, he talked about how Justin Herbert's going to be a Hall of Famer.
Yes, I've been saying it. I said it last year, Hustler.
I was on it last year. I didn't say he was a Hall of Famer, but I said he was a quarterback that was going to lead you to the championship in fantasy. That's for sure.
I never seen a guy come in and as a rookie with a weak offensive line and play as good as he did. Most times, if you got a weak offensive line as a rookie, it's over for you.
But see, not only did he play good, he had the highest completion rating under pressure last year because of that line.
Yep.
When you look at that stat, and then you see everything they did in the offseason, what you're supposed to do with a young QB is they started putting all the pieces around him. You know what I'm saying? Drafting better line. Brought in Corey Linsley. You know, they drafted Rashawn Slater. You know what I'm saying? Start making all these moves. And I'm like, damn, he was playing well under pressure. Now he's going to have some time. You know what I mean?
Like, what it was for me, you could just in the very first game that he played against Kansas City, we're talking about his first game in the NFL going up against Patrick Mahomes. The way that he was going down the field, and it just looked so easy, and he was like so confident and super accurate down the field just in his first game. You could already tell he was going to be special. Like, there's not a lot of guys who are going to go in there, throw a 50-yard bomb, with touch, perfect pass, not being scared to go down the field, not hesitating, things like that. Like, I don't know what it is about him, but he just looks like he was bred for this.
And this is the caveat. He got sacked. He was one of the most sacked quarterbacks. Oh, that's phenomenal. Most of the time, if you get sacked, get back up and try to complete a pass. Your head hurting, your arm hurting. But you have to be tough. That's what an NFL quarterback is. And he can do it as a rookie. The sky's the limit.
In 15 games he started, he goes ahead. Let me just set the new rookie record. Step aside Peyton Manning, because Peyton Manning said it for the longest, 28 passing TDs. I think if I remember correctly. And then Russell Wilson, who else?
Baker Mayfield.
They all tied him. And he was like, man, hold on, let me just smoke that record. In 15 games. Granted, I think Baker played less, so it was kind of remarkable.
Remember he was in there week 2, wasn't he? He just didn't play week 1.
I think it was week 3, but it was a Thursday nighter, remember?
Yeah, Tyrod Taylor pulled his hamstring.
Yeah, I swore it was week 2. I swore it was like almost back-to-back the same thing. Ushered in the guy on the week 2.
You might be right, because I remember week 1 of that year. Week 1, what year is this? 2018, right?
2018. I remember starting Tyrod Taylor over Patrick Mahomes in a single QB league.
Because we respected the hell out of the Chargers D. We didn't really know. We kind of knew with Patrick Mahomes, but we didn't know he's going to go out there and throw 6 TDs. But see, look at this. Tyrod Taylor, I remember there was the game where it was hella raining, remember? It was crazy raining, so there was like no fantasy production except for like James Conner. You know what I mean? Then on the short, you're right, he gets destroyed. And then remember they had the whole thing when the Browns win a game, the Bud Light lockers were going to open. Remember that shit?
Yep. That shit took forever for that to happen.
But it happened that night, and it had to be against the Jets too, because it's like, what other team would you be able to break your incredible losing streak? They're like, oh yeah, give us the Sam Darnold Jets.
All right. Shout out to everyone throwing your start and sit questions in the chat right now. That stream is happening in an hour. So at 3 p.m. California time, 6 p.m. East Coast time, that's going down. That's going to be here. It's going to be on Facebook and all that. If you want to get your question answered right now, just throw it in as a super chat. Everyone who's watching on Facebook, hop over to YouTube right now. Fantasy Football Hustler. Go subscribe. Go look for the other link on the channel for the live stream today. Set a reminder so you can get back here. All right. We're going to be live for 7 more minutes. So let's just rapid fire all these issues right now. Titans. A.J. Brown returned to practice today. No word about Julio Jones just yet. Just a yes or no. If A.J. Brown plays, are we playing him? He's going up against the Jaguars.
Throw him in there.
All day.
Playing them. It's the Jags.
All day. Giants. Saquon Barkley and Kenny Golladay both limited in practice. I think they're both going to play. I mean, if they didn't practice, that'd be an issue. Going up against the Cowboys.
Hey, these are 2 guys that are going to be rocking them Q tags. They're the Q gang. Them too.
Saquon going to have it all season.
Yep. And Golladay.
Yep. There we go. So, yep. Are you firing up both of them if they play in this game versus the Cowboys?
I mean, like, it's kind of like If it's easy to have better options than Kenny Galladay, but he's also starting to heat up. Stephon Diggs kind of the truth. So I don't know. I mean,
when I say yes or no on something like that, it's like if you think Kenny Galladay is going to be at least a flex play, something like that, like a top 30 wide receiver.
He's a WR3 with some
I'm
upside.
playing both of them.
There we go. All right, TJ for the Lions, TJ Hawkinson and Penei Sewell. They didn't practice, or at least they weren't seen at the open portion of practice. It's Wednesday, so we're not going to put too much thought into that. We'll see on Thursday and Friday what happens with those guys. Now, Bogart, I know you like talking about Will Fuller. He's going on IR. He's out at least 3 weeks. You messing with any of the Dolphins wide receivers moving forward?
Yeah, because Parker, he's getting targets, and Gesicki is getting targets. Everybody else, I don't have any Waddle, so I don't know what that experience is like. I remember when he was pacing for like 120 targets. Now
he's got one less target than Parker as of right now.
Okay, tight. So I mean, but I would much rather, if they're going to get the same targets, give me the more important, chunkier targets. I'd take Parker. But I'd also am not fucking with no Gaskin or none of that. And this is what you do with Will Fuller. Don't put him in your IR. You drop him so someone else can pick him up and he can curse them.
Yeah.
Will Fuller the fifth.
He usually does. All right. And, I skipped this part. So for the Giants, the coaches are optimistic that Sterling Shepard and Darius Slayton will get some work at practice. That's all it said, get some work at practice. So I'm not really too confident about either one of them for this week. Real quick on the Raiders, Peyton Barber diagnosed with a mild turf toe. Should be out a few weeks.
Well, Josh Jacobs, he was getting all the work, because Payne Barber got hurt early in that game. But at the end of the day, the more work for Josh Jacobs, the faster he's going to break down. They're all fugazi.
Yep. Not messing with the Raiders. All right, let's see. Oh, for the Texans, they're cutting Anthony Miller. I remember when he moved over to the Texans, everyone thought that he was going to be a thing. Nope, not even for the Texans. They didn't even want him. And Danny Amendola is coming back and said he's should be ready to play this week.
That's interesting. That's like if you were starting a guy like MVS or something like that, and you just need like a WR4, and you're really in deeper leagues, I'd look at a Danny Amendola. They're going to throw a lot.
Oh yeah,
revenge game.
All right, and then last piece of news here for the Broncos. Teddy Bridgewater, he's in concussion protocol. Feeling a lot better, but not expected to practice just yet. I think it's going to be one of those things where timing just might not be on his side. And so Drew Lock, he's getting prepped to start. And then Jerry Jeudy, they wanted to make sure to mention that over the last few weeks, he's been progressing pretty good. TD, thoughts on the Broncos this week, assuming that Drew Lock is going to be the quarterback? And they are going up against the Steelers. They're on the road.
So I'm playing the running backs and I'm fading the receivers, and I might play the tight end. If I have him, if I got Noah Fant, I'm playing Noah Fant, no matter who's the quarterback, but I'm not playing the receivers. I just don't trust Drew Lock. And if I did have to, just because I had to, I would play a guy like probably Courtland Sutton, because Drew Lock had some kind of chemistry with him before. So that'd be the only guy if I had to play. But I'm fading this offense other than the running backs.
I think this game's going to be ugly. There's going to be a lot of defense. There's going to be some field goals. That's how I feel if it's Drew Lock.
So you playing anybody? Any wide receivers like Courtland Sutton? Or are you playing any of the running backs at all?
If I had Courtland Sutton, I would throw him in there. You know what I mean? I mean, he's going to get targets, right? He's probably the only one I trust. And then watch, it's going to be Tim Patrick that just goes 2 for a touchdown and 20 yards. You know what I mean? But, I just don't trust any of it, really. I'll play the running backs. You know what I mean? I think they're both flex-worthy. You know, Javonte and Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon just keeps, every week adding on a new injury to his injury list. So, maybe, we start seeing that workload start going heavier to Javonte. I just think he's a decent flex. In my keeper league, I just traded Javonte for a David Montgomery because that guy needs running back so bad. I'm like, give me Montgomery.
Nice.
And I just threw him right in my eye. I felt really good about that. That was like right before I did the show. Anyways, shout out to my man. Shout out to my nephew. You know
Yeah.
I raised you better than that.
Yeah. Quick IDP question here from Martin. You know we love the IDP questions. I got you. Said I have Jeremy Chin. You think Gilmore at QB should open INTs for Chin? A good QB is great for safeties, right? Oh yeah. The better the QBs are, better the cornerbacks are, the more that the safeties are just going to get, long balls thrown their way, just more work over the middle. Because if they can't hit, through the corners on the side, they're going to have to test the middle. And then that's where the safeties like Jeremy Chin are going to come into play, get a little bit more money. And if your cornerbacks are really good, that means a guy like Jeremy Chin can rush the quarterback even more as well because they trust the guys on the side. They don't have to double team, too many guys. He's not normally a guy who's like playing over the top too much anyways, but he'll be rushing the quarterback more too.
Yeah, because you got a guy that you could put out on an island. You know what I mean? But at the same time, though, it's gonna take a cool minute for Gilmore. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's why I think Belichick decided to cut him now because he wouldn't be able to get healthy in time before the trade deadline where they could show him play on the field and it'd be like, look, world, come get him. You know what I mean?
He's on IR, so the earliest he can return is week 7 anyways. So he's not coming back for at least a few weeks and then got to get acclimated to the system and all that kind of stuff. So
they're gonna slide him one of them iPad or Microsoft Surfaces, whatever they use. They're gonna slide him one of them joints and he's just gonna be learning the book. You know what I mean?
Yep. And Stu, he said, what are you guys doing on Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern? I know for me, I'm going to be at a family function, but I'll hit you up about that, Stu, and maybe Bogey's got a little bit of time.
I'll let you know, man, 'cause I might be functioning too this Saturday. I'm not too sure. If not the least, I'm trying to locate my barber, bro. You know what I mean? I'm like, first of all, if you're out there, Juju, watching this, I need a cut, bro. I'm like, where's Brad?
All right, we're getting up out of here. TD, shout out to everybody on Facebook and everyone who's not on your channel right now. Just let them know where they can find you.
Guys, you can go to OnlyFans and find me at FantasyGoodeSports. There, I'm giving you starts and sits, and I'm also giving you access to me at all times of the day. So, yeah, go follow me at OnlyFans. It's only $10 a month. Also, guys, go to any social media site, and you can find me at FantasyGoodeSports, guys. And I'm providing cutting-edge information.
And Bogard, everyone is not on your channel. Let them know where to find you.
Yeah, you could subscribe to the GMM Network on YouTube. You can find me at the GMM Network on socials. And check us out tonight live from the Hustlers channel as well as mine for the Real Fantasy Playmakers What If series. Spoiler, what if James Conner is going to piss all us Kyler Murray owners off all year when they get down in that red? You know what I'm saying? What if? Well, yeah, check it out live 6:30 p.m. West Coast time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Tap in.
Yep. And I'll be there too. So get ready. That session is always a little bit hyped, because we're not just talking, we're talking about the fun stuff, like we're blowing things out of proportion. It's been good. It's been good stuff. And some of the things have been hitting too. So we've been seeing things come to fruition real quick.
We're not thinking like just the most wildest shit that you could think of. We're there's logic behind this. Like, for example, James Conner coming off of 20 touches, that's alarming. Is this like right under, or is it a product of the fact that they run so much offensive plays that everybody's eating? So maybe we shouldn't be, but you got to tune in, and then we got a panel of savages. We're going to break it down. That's when I get to tag in my wife. She get all the kids, and I get to, I get to do me in the stew. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. All right. And then, I'm going to be there. And then don't forget every Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, we got the Start and Sit live stream, taking all your questions, getting them all answered. And the next one is going down 55 minutes from now, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Get in there, get all your questions in there. Patreon members, you already know that you get first priority on there. So if you're not signed up on Patreon, get signed up right now. Patreon.com/FFHustler420, or just go to fantasyfootballhustler.com, and then it's the top link in there. Go get signed up. Look for the post that says Patreon members, get your questions in for the live stream, and you're going to get your question answered in the first 10 to 20 minutes of the show.
How long is that sesh?
What'd you say?
How long is that sesh usually?
It could be anywhere from like an hour and a half to 3 hours at the most.
I might tap in.
I'll send you the link. And David, yeah, I said I hope Debo rolls up in that bike every Sunday.
Yeah.
So if you guys didn't catch my my wide receiver starts and sit videos, I made sure when I was saying to start Debo that this is why. And I showed the old scene for everyone who may not remember Friday with Debo stealing the bike real quick from Red, and then showed Debo the video of him actually rolling up to the game in the beach cruiser. He had the Debo he had the Debo flannel on, had the airbrush on the back, for the RIP Tiny and all that. He came to play. Don't
forget to tuck in your chain, Hustle, next time you talk about Debo.
Yep, we already know he's gonna come around snatching chains.
He's like, when he leave, I'll talk again.
All right, everyone, we're out. We'll see you in like an hour. Peace out.
Peace.